Urgent message to every Rangers supporter watching this. A huge VAR storm has just exploded and it is dominating the football chat across the UK. A former player went live on television and basically called for the head of the man in charge of the video room after the penalty shout from Livingston against Rangers. Tempers have flared, the manager is furious, a former English referee says he simply cannot understand the decision and the pressure on Scottish referees has gone through the roof. But before we unpack this entire mess, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications and leave your like so we can keep every Rangers fan properly informed. Now, without further delay, let us get to what really matters. It all came after the draw between Rangers and Livingston, when David Martindale's side furiously complained about a penalty that was not given at Ibrox. After a shot from Yengi, the ball struck Emmanuel Fernandez on the arm inside the box while the score was still 1-1. The referee on the pitch, Ross Hardy, was not sent to the monitor to review the incident, and in the VAR room sat John Beaton, a figure well known to Scottish fans. The Scottish Football Association later came out to explain that, according to the official guidance, it was a close-range shot and the arm position of the Rangers defender was considered natural for the movement. Even so, that explanation did nothing to calm anybody down. Martindale left the match raging, insisting that this kind of decision can cost a coach his job, especially with Livingston rooted near the bottom of the table. On Sky Sports Ref Watch, former striker Jay Bothroyd was absolutely incensed and argued that decisions like this cost a manager his livelihood and that an apology afterwards does not pay anyone's bills. He went even further, saying that mistakes of this magnitude should cost the people in the VAR room their jobs, strongly suggesting that Beaton should not be allowed to continue making such calls without consequences. At the same time, former Premier League referee Dermot Gallagher studied the incident frame by frame and said he could not see the ball touching any other part of the body before striking the arm, admitting he was totally baffled by the interpretation being applied in Scotland. For many of Rangers' rivals, the episode has become ammunition to fuel claims of favourable treatment, while on the blue side there are those who feel this is just another chapter in a constant campaign to put the club in the dock whenever there is a controversial decision. And what about you, Rangers fan? Do you believe this was a stonewall penalty for Livingston or just more hysteria being whipped up against Rangers by a team in trouble trying to gain an advantage by shouting the loudest? Leave your thoughts, because the support's opinion carries weight in this debate and shows the media who really watches the club week in, week out. In the end, this is yet another chapter in the huge pressure surrounding Scottish officiating, with Ibrox once again at the centre of the storm. Pundits calling for people in the VAR room to be sacked and a manager claiming he might lose his job because of one call show just how toxic the atmosphere has become. Rangers must stay focused on what happens on the pitch, but they cannot ignore that everything happening around them shapes the wider narrative of the title race. Comment below if you think the SFA must urgently change the VAR protocol and whether you agree that errors of this level should see officials stood down. And do not forget to subscribe, drop your like and share this video so even more light blue supporters can join us and be part of this debate.